Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa had a spring break, but the ABC host stories keep coming out, and this week's is about Botox and what she loves about it. Fans are already aware that she isn't afraid to acknowledge that she utilizes it because she has discussed it on Live with Kelly and Mark multiple times. Some people criticize Kelly Ripa for using Botox. If people don't like that Mark Consuelos' wife uses Botox, it doesn't matter to her. She made reference to it in Livewire. Long-winded short stories. She has also discussed it in interviews. She also discussed how it can assist with sweaty armpits on the Live with Kelly and Mark show. That occurred 5 years ago when Dr. Robert Analik and the ABC anchor talked about beauty. Although Kelly Ripa avoids excessive facial surgery, she likes Botox since it can cover up necklines and facial features. But she also doesn't mind without wearing makeup. That's most likely because she is aware that Botox can conceal the most obvious age symptoms. She was in London last year with singer Jake Shears, who posted a picture of her without any makeup. The host of Live with Kelly and Mark talked about her hopes for fans of the talk program were informed this week by Monsters and Critics that Mark's wife recently had a cosmetic operation. They also directed viewers to an interview with Bryan Cranston of Breaking Bad on Live with Kelly and Mark. The entire portion is seen lower down in this post. In an interview with Kelly Ripa 9 months ago, Bryan Cranston discussed his resting face in the film Asteroid City. He began discussing his resting face and gave an example of how he appears when he is doing nothing at all. Mark Consuelos then showed his face at rest as well. Then it was Kelly's time. Despite her best efforts, it turns out that the ABC host doesn't actually have a resting face. "I think my resting face is just like, I try to Botox it off," she said to Bryan Cranston. "Naturally, I believe it's meaner, but Botox makes it impossible to tell." The audience laughed aloud, believing that Kelly Ripa's attempt to display her resting face had failed. It appears that Botox was successful if she truly thought it would cover her sleeping face. What are your thoughts on Kelly Ripa expressing to Bryan Cranston her desire for Botox to cover over her resting face? Leave a comment below with your thoughts, and return here for all of your Live with Kelly and Mark updates. The audience inside the Live with Kelly and Mark studio was expecting the usual lighthearted morning chatter, a few laughs, and maybe a funny story about Kelly Ripa's husband, Mark Consuelos. What they got instead was a rare, deeply personal confession that had everyone leaning forward in their seats. "Okay, I wasn't going to talk about this," Kelly began. Her trademark sparkle dimmed just slightly. "But if I don't say it, someone else will, and honestly, I'd rather own my face, literally and figuratively." Mark raised an eyebrow, smiling as the crowd laughed nervously. "This sounds serious," he said. "Oh, it's not serious," Kelly assured. "It's just something I did. Something that made me feel a little more like me again." And with that, the 54-year-old talk show icon dropped her bombshell. She'd recently undergone a cosmetic procedure, not a full surgical transformation, not a complete overhaul, but something subtle, refined, and carefully chosen. "I got a little help," she admitted, tucking a strand of her signature blonde hair behind her ear. "Nothing major. No cutting, no stitches, no pulling. But yes, I had a procedure, and I did it because I wanted to look as young as I feel." The audience erupted in applause, not in judgment, but in support. A decade of subtle change. Over the years, Kelly has always been open about the realities of aging in Hollywood. She's joked about gray hairs, laugh lines, and her morning skincare rituals. But she's also fiercely defended women's right to make their own choices about their appearance, without shame or ridicule. "I always say, do what makes you happy," Kelly told viewers. "But also, be honest about it. I've seen so many people pretend they just drink more water or get better sleep. And I'm like, no, girl, you did something, and that's okay." According to Kelly, the decision wasn't about vanity or insecurity. It was about self-confidence and self-care. It's not that I woke up one day and didn't recognize myself, she explained. It's that I wanted to look less tired. Hosting live means bright lights, cameras inches from your face, high definition everything, and some days, even concealer gives up. Fans on social media immediately began speculating what kind of procedures she might have had. Some guessed Botox, others suspected fillers, while a few suggested she tried one of the trending laser lift treatments. But Kelly, in classic Ripa fashion, clarified with candor and humor, "It's not surgery, it's strategy." "I didn't go under the knife," she said, laughing. "I went under a laser. There's a big difference." The procedure she described was a non-invasive skin tightening treatment, one designed to stimulate collagen, smooth fine lines, and refresh the face without anesthesia or downtime. "It felt like tiny little warm kisses on my skin," Kelly joked. "Well, warm zaps really. But the doctor called them rejuvenating pulses, so I'll go with that." She continued, explaining how the process wasn't about changing her face, but restoring what time and stress had taken away. "Here's the thing," she said seriously. "When you're on TV every day, you start to see yourself in ways most people don't. Every angle, every wrinkle, every under-eye shadow, it's all magnified. I didn't want to look different. I wanted to look like me on 8 hours of sleep." Mark, ever the supportive husband, chimed in, "For the record, you look incredible no matter what. But if this makes you feel good, I'm all for it." Kelly smiled warmly, adding, "See? That's why I keep him around. That and the fact that he's my laser ride home." A conversation about transparency, Kelly's revelation quickly became more than a gossip headline. It turned into a thoughtful conversation about transparency in the entertainment industry. "I think there's too much pressure to be perfect and too much shame when someone admits they've had help," Kelly said. "We can't win. If we age naturally, people criticize us. If we do something to enhance ourselves, we're called fake. It's exhausting." Her honesty resonated with millions of viewers who have watched her evolve from her early All My Children days to becoming one of television's most beloved morning hosts. Kelly has always embraced her imperfections with humor, whether it's about her height, her hair, or her famously expressive face. "I don't want to erase my laugh lines," she told the live audience. "Those are from years of joy and ridiculous stories. I just wanted to soften them a little, make them more me in soft lighting." Online, fans flooded the show's social media pages with praise. "Thank you for being real," one fan wrote on Instagram. "So tired of celebrities pretending they woke up like this. You always keep it honest." Another added, "Kelly's right. Aging is personal. If something helps you feel better about yourself, that's self-care, not shame." The why behind it all. Kelly revealed that her choice to try the procedure came during a particularly stressful time earlier this year. "I was filming, working, barely sleeping, and honestly, I looked like I'd aged 5 years in 1 month," she admitted. "So I decided to give myself a little pick-me-up. Not to impress anyone, just to feel refreshed." She added that she also wanted to set an example for her daughter, Lola, and for women watching at home. "I told my daughter, never do something because you think you have to. Do it because you want to, because it makes you feel good." That philosophy, Kelly explained, applies to everything, from fashion and fitness to skincare and self-improvement. "I think women spend too much time apologizing for taking care of themselves," she said. "We call it selfish when really it's just self-preservation." Fans and Mark react. Mark couldn't resist lightening the mood with his usual playful charm. "So when are you booking me in for one of those laser things?" he teased. "I've got some fine lines from living with you." Kelly laughed, swatting his arm. "You wish. You love your wrinkles. You call them your character lines." The studio roared with laughter as Kelly playfully rolled her eyes. Typical husband energy. I get zapped by lasers and he's proud of his crow's feet. Still, Mark's admiration for his wife was obvious. "All jokes aside," he said, What I love about Kelly is she never hides who she is. Whether she's wearing no makeup or getting a skin treatment, she's the same person. Real, honest, and always beautiful. Looking ahead. As the show wrapped up, Kelly left viewers with a final message. Ladies, and men too, take care of yourselves. Inside and out. You deserve to look and feel your best, however you define that. And if a little laser love helps, then hey, I say go for it. The crowd erupted in cheers, and social media lit up with admiration for her honesty. By the afternoon, #KellyRipa talk was trending online. Fans applauded her for once again breaking the stigma around cosmetic treatments and for sparking a larger dialogue about authenticity and aging gracefully. Kelly Ripa didn't just reveal a cosmetic procedure that morning. She reminded everyone that beauty isn't about perfection. It's about ownership. Getting older isn't the problem, she said in her closing words. It's forgetting that we still have the power to evolve. And if a little laser helps me feel like myself again, then guess what? I'm glowing, literally and emotionally. And with that, she smiled at the camera, her skin gleaming under the studio lights, proof that confidence, more than any treatment, is the most radiant glow of all.